Yes, I was raw.
Okay.
College days, yeah, basically. Um, how can I actually start with this? How can I start with this? Okay, for me, like from the college walls, right? The college walls we filtered out into places like the Bad Center. You know, the Bad Center was like the hub for Durban hip hop. That's where everybody, like everybody that you actually think is representing right now, either in the industry or is someone that you might have respected or still do, started in that sort of era. Like you got your like Zulu Boy, Zakwe was around. Cast like Ewok. Who else? Black Fist Garvey now. Now Keats in this crew called BFG with K Black. K Black, the man Catholic call himself Solomon right now. Like Nzika, P Cutter, and like all those cats. So like Bat Center, and then college shows like this thing called Blazing Fridays that used to happen as well, at DUT, and then what what also went down was what you call it? There were gigs. There was this movement that really brought the elements of hip hop together. It's called Bling Free. Bling Free was the first time that all the elements were just displayed, like on a proper level. Um, that was the first battle I ever won was at Blink Free. The first battle competition that I ever took part in and that I ever won was at Blink Free. Blink Free was just it was an organization of just how can I say it? It's just a bunch of cats bringing like giving a platform to the elements of hip hop. You know
Wait.
what I mean? Used to go down in Albert Park back in the day. That's where it started. You know what I mean? Like I met so many peeps out there. I got introduced to so many new MCs out there. Uh, B-boys, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know that we had so many B-boys in our city. Um, DJs. I used to rock with two DJs back then. This is 2004, 2003, 2004. I used to rock with P Cutter and this other guy by the name of Smurf. So like one of the two own DJs in Durban who actually like scratched. You know what I mean? Most of the other guys would just mix the tracks. You know what I mean? But these cats are actually turntablists. You know, so like that was pretty dope. Two D, two DJs and the MC, and then yeah, the graph writers, bro. Like I saw, like, I was like, where did these guys come from? You know what I mean? Like they were just like we were in this basketball court, like this basketball court down by Albert Park, and the guys would spray paint on the walls because the fences were like this high, this like let's say like a meter of concrete, and then the other part of the fence is just this green wire that you know, like this green mesh you find in tennis courts or something like that. And and like the DJ will be like in this in like just at the entrance of the court, and then people will just be scattered around, you know, like doing whatever. Graph writers will be painting, ciphers in the corner, ciphers outside. You know what I mean? It's like a hip hop festival that happened every month. Yeah, like battles and performances and oh, bro, it's just it was our church basically. You know, yes, the Bat Center on Thursdays was more or less the same, but it started becoming more of a nightlife thing. The Inaba sessions, every Thursday. It was crazy, man. Yo, maddest parties though. That was the maddest party. Like I would look forward to a Thursday. It was free, so like it was just Durban people like free things. You know what I mean? So it was just like crazy. It was packed for days, and then yeah, so Bling Free, and then Bling Free actually changed. Well, it dropped. It went quiet for a while because apparently something to deal with getting kicked out of Albert Park, something like that. I don't know. Durban hierarchy and people who don't understand what the hell's going on. Whatever. Anyway, it changed to Life Check. Life Check. So like from the Albert Park, I know like I was hosting Live Check with Ewok. In the Albert Park on the bottom, we moved further up to the corner, like just opposite Wunga Park, like where Wunga Park is now. There's this whole thing like on the corner, like just further up in Albert Park. And I used to host Live Check with Ewok. And then Live Check moved from there to the Bat Center. Bling Free changed to Live Check.
Okay.
Yeah. So like that's that was the beginning
Okay.
of that sort of movement in Durban, which I feel was a very pivotal movement in terms of bringing the culture together and exposing the raw essence without that whole club vibe. You know what I mean? It was just hot, like back in the parks in New York. You know what I mean? Yes, definitely. Yes, man. The cats are holding it down. Like at the same time, I've got nothing against the club vibe because that's where we went to afterwards. Like at the same time, it was needed. Some people were working, so they couldn't come to those day sessions of Live Check or whatever. There were people who were actually professionals who loved hip hop and wanted to find a place where they could see somebody spitting. And sometimes they'll have some graffiti there, or like have other elements of hip hop there as well. So yeah, went to the club scene. I mean, it moved to Bat Center, then it just blew up. After yeah. Well, at Live Check, Live Check used to be there were like a lot of people that came through there. Fair enough, it was big, but then once it reached Bat Center, that's when it just exploded. You know what I mean? That's where we rock up there and be like two to 3,000 sort of like people out there. You know what I mean? Like 2,000 people. Like what the hell is going on out here? And then you had the dancers who go back. You know what I mean? And the whole crump era came in. Shit. But like during the whole period of Bling Free and Live Check, there was the terminals that went down on Fridays. Before that as well, it was at Rockbees. Like the first time I actually held the mic was at Rockbees, which was before Bling Free. You know what I mean? That was just the underground spot in Durban where you'd see MCs and where you see hip hop basically. It was like around Stanger, I think it's Stanger Street or some shit. No, man. It's what's the name of this street, man? Just before the Bat Center, like if you're coming from Point, going down, I think it's Smith, right? Going down Smith, just before the Bat Center, there's this engine garage or something like that down there. So it's just around that area. Yeah, like that's when I got checked for the first time. I was there by mistake. I went for some audition, and I stumbled into an audition for a hip hop show. I was going for an audition for, no, I was going for sound check for this other fashion show that was gonna happen later. But I stumbled into an audition for an actual hip hop show, and I'm chilling there. And I'm like, I see like rastas, you know what I mean, cats with dreads and raps and shit like that. I'm like, yo, this is different, you know what I mean? And I step up and I bust, you know what I mean? And I get off, and the cat's like, oh man, I'm sorry man, like you don't actually make the cut for the show. Now, I just got a call from somebody before that saying that I have a gig the same night, and I have to come and sound check. Now, I go to the place that's having the sound check, but it's an audition for another show. Now I'm thinking that it's an audition for the show the same night, you know. So so I was so bummed, right? And I start heading home, you know, and I get home, and this chick calls me back, and she's like, no man, you still have the show tonight. No, there was that audition, you know what I mean? So that was sorted out. But then at the audition there was this DJ by the name of DJ NKA, and he came up to me and he's like, yo man, you know, I feel that you should speak or rap about your stories. Like, no, he was like, rap about your stories, and um, stop trying to sound like Snoop and like all these guys, you know. Because I used to listen to that back then, like West Coast, and you know what I mean. And he was trying to get me into the authentic, organic hip hop, you know, speaking what I experienced, basically rapping about what I experienced. And I call him the same night with a new verse. I'm like, yo man, listen to this verse. You know what I mean? So like that's when I actually changed my form of writing. My style of writing was through that guy.
Thanks to DJ AKA.
DJ NKA.
NKA.
NKA, yeah.
Okay.
Ganiso.
Okay.
Terminals, yes. That was crazy, man. Like ciphers, they were insane. Like you had, yo, man, this was crazy. You had like the whole backpackers conglomerate out there. You know what I mean? No, it wasn't planned. It wasn't. No, not at all. But it just started becoming this thing that people went to every Fridays. Terminals, workshop terminals. Then I kind of drifted out for a little bit personally. That's when I went to the whole Bible route and studied, and it just started growing, and that's where cats like Abdus and them came up, and you know, Lexicon and like all those peeps, Firearms, you know, Kamikaze and them, you know. So yeah, and then still speaking about the phases of how of what hip hop went to
In the city.
in the city. I hope I'm not swaying off the topic too much. And then from Life Check, at the Bat Center, it stopped. Life Check stopped. Now when Life Check stopped, that was a real blow to the hip hop community.
When was that?
I can't remember the exact year it was, but it just stopped. You know what I mean? I can't give you the exact year because I was in and out. You know, like I wasn't fully like I used to host Live Check, and then I left because I just wanted to take another route in my life, and then Black Moss started hosting with Ewok. Yeah, you know, it just stopped, and then when it stopped, the scene really took a dent, you know. Yes, people were trying to do shows here and there. Radio stations were popping up here and there, but we still needed that raw essence of all the elements being portrayed. But as well, what happened is that when the crump era came through, a lot of cats started hating what Life Check had become, because it was more about the crumping now. You know, which I feel it yeah, I'm too minded about it, because yes, crumping, for me, I feel crumping was the language of that generation. You know what I mean? Exactly how hip hop or like rhyming was a language for some other people. You know what I mean? For a certain generation, crumping was this new language that came out, and hip hop is about breaking barriers. So why not accept something that is breaking down barriers? You know what I mean? It's just that the attention is focused too much on it, and that's why it started, like all the other elements started breaking off. You know, yeah. Mm, I think the scene started taking a more serious note in some sense. Cats wanted to be known now. Cats wanted more than just the ciphers. Cats wanted cash. People wanted to start. People wanted to survive off art. So like a lot of business strategies were popping up, or like being set into motion with certain artists, certain DJs. You know what I mean? MCs. You know, people just started. People wanted to get that shine that these Joburg cats are getting. You know, some people moved to Joburg. You know, so you'd have your show pop up every now and then, like in the hoods, in town and stuff like that. You know, cats started getting signed, like Zulu Boy, and you know what I mean. So like there was this speck of hope. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we can actually blow up. Let's focus on that. Mm, not necessarily, but it had to happen for certain things to happen. You know what I mean? It had to happen. You can't take anything. You can't change the past. It had to happen, and certain artists are still doing stuff because that happened. You know what I mean? Certain artists are pushing harder because that happened. You know what I mean? There are community youth development programs like Life Check that are going on. You got cats like Ayanda doing the MOT, or not at the moment of truth, in like um, Pinetown and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there are those sort of type of gatherings taking place. But it's the thing with Life Check. Life Check was a more broader platform. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's more central, more broader platform. It's not just about Ghazi rap. You know what I mean? Which I don't understand what's going on right now. The original Ghazi rap cats like Ruma and you know what I mean? And he's not like how some of these new kids are carrying on. But anyway, uh, uh, yeah, I feel that it had to happen. You know, definitely had to happen for people to grow up.